Welcome to toy-polloi.
Hello and welcome to another video from toy-polloi, and in today's video we are taking a look at two new kits from Blokees, and these are classic class figures from the Transformers 1 movie. On the left we have B-127 and on the right we have Starscream. As you can see, they look pretty cool in their packaging, so let's take a look at that before we open them up, build the kits and see what the figures look like. So, as I said, these are the classic class series of figures. We have Bumblebee here, or B-127. I really like the packaging on these. It's got a sort of iridescent background, so every time you move it, you get a different sort of bit of rainbow effect going on. I just think it looks really nice. You can see here, this is the figure that we are building. So this is a Bumblebee B-127. It also comes with an extra little mini vehicle, which with Bumblebee is Elita-1. So I'm intrigued to build that. And because this is a classic class version of the figure, it also has a light up eyes and chest. It has a little unit inside that you just have to tap and it makes the lights come on. On the side it shows you extra information about the figure, the sort of modes that you get. You've got extra little pieces as well, different heads, different hands and different weapons. And then on the back you get to see basically all of the pieces that you are going to be cutting out to build. On these figures you don't actually have to cut them out, you can just break these pieces off the sprues, but I like to use a pair of plastic nippers just because I'm an old-fashioned sort of modeler and it gives you a little bit of extra control, but you don't actually need that when you are building them. So this is the figure we're building, comes with a stand as well, so that is going to look really pretty nice. The other figure I have here is the classic class version of Starscream. Again, this comes with a little mini vehicle, so we have Megatron in a tank mode there, it looks like. Starscream also appears to have a few extra accessories. Doesn't look like he has any weapons, but we've got some different hands, so we can sort of pose him differently. And these figures are really nice. When you put them together, you can pose them incredibly well. They've got lots of joints on them, so you can pose them in all sorts of different action poses. And again, on the back you can see here, these are all the pieces that we're going to be using. And again, you get a base. It's nice to see as well on the front, it actually tells you how many pieces there are to each kit. So Starscream has 87 pieces and it looks like Bumblebee has a few more with 96. So let's open up these boxes and we'll see what's inside them and get them built. We'll start with Bumblebee, see what's inside this box here. So there's a whole load of pieces all individually packaged up. We've got the clear pieces as well. I'm guessing that's the stand, and then we got some instructions and other pieces there. So the instructions, as I've shown in previous builds, are pretty easy to follow. It's all step-by-step guides. You build each individual piece and then put the figure together at the end. And I can see on this one we have a little set of extra instructions there for the mini vehicle, which on this one was Elita-1. And here are all the pieces. Everything is clearly numbered, so each of these sprues has a number on it. The instructions will tell you which piece to cut off, and then you just sort of push fit them together. As I say, you can just break these off without using any tools, but I do like to use a pair of plastic nippers just because I'm a sort of old-fashioned modeler and I like the extra sort of bit of control. And as I'm getting older and my hands are getting a bit shakier, I find I can cut them out a lot easier with plastic nippers. So let's get these put together. There's loads and loads of pieces. Should take me about 10 to 15 minutes to get this built. So yeah, let's get it all put together and we'll see what it looks like. And here you go, after about 20 minutes work, I have B-127 all put together, and as you can see, he looks really rather nice. I find it very satisfying putting these kits together because it gives you more of a connection to the toy that you end up with at the end. And as you can see, there's a nice load of detail going on, and he comes with a whole load of accessory pieces as well, which I will bring in here because you can swap parts out on him. At the moment, you can see I've got the sort of the head where you can see his face, but we can easily pop that off, and we've got this sort of a battle mode version where he's got a visor down, so that's a nice little addition there. We also have different hands that we can swap in. At the moment I have the open hand, so you can see he's got an open hand there, but we have closed fists for both. These are pretty easy to replace and swap out. All you have to do is pop the hand off there. They're ball joints, so you can easily clip the other one back on, so you can now see I've got a closed fist there. We can also actually replace the whole of this forearm here with a weaponized version with this little sort of blaster on, and again for that all you've got to do is sort of pop that front section off and you can swap on this section. It's really nice that it comes with all of these options because it means you can style into your sort of favourite scene in the movie. For me personally, I like the sort of bladed version there because I like the bright colours of them. But as well as this, it comes with a light up feature. All you have to do is tap the figure and the light will be activated, and then you get glowing panels on his face and his chest. So let's take a quick look at those. Again, this is a really nice feature because it just means it's a nice way of displaying it in your room. And certainly for me, I think adding lights to any toy really sort of takes it to the next level. It's a nice simple feature, easily activated as I showed you. Just have to tap it and the lights come on, and they stay on for about 30 seconds to a minute, and then they will automatically switch off, and if you want to start them up again, you just tap the figure again and it lights up. The figure also comes with this stand, which is pretty cool. The figures do actually stand up really nicely on their own. They are very poseable. You can rotate all the limbs around, you can pose the legs. They are, you know, really designed to be played with and posed as you see fit, but if you want to, you can also display it on the stand. The stand comes in two parts which you clip together, and then there are these sort of crystal details that you can clip in a number of different holes, so you can put them wherever you like. It's a nice little stand, and it's a great way of displaying it if you don't want to accidentally knock the figure over. As well as the main figure, we also had this little mini build of Elita-1 in her vehicle mode, and I have to say I think this is another really nice little addition. I actually think these could be sold separately because they're nice little builds. They're sort of 5 to 10 pieces, you clip them together and you end up with a really nice looking vehicle. This one has wheels, so you can actually sort of wheel it around. It's just a fun little extra build to do at the end of the main build process, and I actually think the scale of it is pretty nice. It's sort of a little miniature version, it's like a little mini vehicle, but it does sit pretty well with the main B-127 figure. So that's it for B-127. Let's go and build Starscream and see what he looks like. And here we go, here is Starscream all finished up. And I have to say, I think I prefer this over B-127. He's just my favourite character, I think, from the movie. I always liked Starscream as a sort of character in the cartoon growing up, and I think in the movie he is particularly good as well. You can see there's a fantastic amount of detail on this. We even have the wings on the back and some nice little Decepticon logos there hidden on the wings. They are just really nice kits to put together. It's just a very satisfying thing to do. Everything clicks together really nicely. This figure has the same sort of articulation as the Bumblebee one, so you can really sort of pose him about. Legs move in all sorts of directions, as do the arms, the head and the waist. He also again has the light up feature, so let's take a quick look at that. On Starscream it's only his eyes that light up, but it really does give him that sort of menacing look. And again, you just have to tap the figure to switch the lights on, and they go off after about 30 to 40 seconds. If you want it to light up again, just tap him again. He also comes with a stand, which is the same design as the one for B-127, but this time we have some orange crystals, And again, you don't actually need to use the stand because the figure is so posable. He really does stand up pretty nicely on his own. He does have a little bit more sort of weight to the top of his body because of all the wings, so he can be a little bit top heavy, but it really, from the posing that I've done while filming this video, he stands up really very nicely. Starscream does come with a couple of additional hands that you can swap out. At the moment I've got the open hands, but you can easily swap those out to these closed fists if you want to pose him slightly differently. As with the B-127, there was another little model included with this figure, and this time it was a tank version of Megatron. It's built out of a few fairly simple parts, but the end result is a very cool looking little tank, and it does display really nicely next to Starscream. So there we go, that is it for my review of these two new classic class figures from Blokees. I really enjoy these kits. They are great fun to build, and you end up with a really nice figure that you can do so much with. I love the extra light up feature as well, because it just makes them look extra special when you have them on display. If you want to get some of these for yourself, then head on over to the Blokees website. I will put a link to that in the description. And I do need to say a massive thank you to Blokees for very kindly sending these over to me to take a look at. It's always a joy to see them and build them, and I look forward to building more in future. If you've enjoyed this video, then make sure to hit the subscribe button and tap the bell to be notified each time I upload a new video. And if you've really enjoyed it and want to help me out here at toy-polloi, then why not think about becoming a Patreon of the channel. You get early access to all of my restoration videos, plus access to an exclusive video series called On the Cutting Mat. So have a think about that, and thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching Toy-Polloi. Subscribe for more great videos.